Greetings, friends, from the WDWL TV multiplex, live from Grumpy's studio. We bring you the pride of the station, the Two Grumpies, starring the grumpy old man, which is me, and the grumpy vulture. Would you like to take your bow? Take your bow. Very nice, very nice. Now, back in your corner. Look at the camera. There we go. Greetings. Grumpy has noticed a very interesting statistic. Now, I have no idea how many people are watching right at this point in time. There could be 1, there could be 100, could be well over that. But after checking the statistics, I have discovered that 90% of my daily streams after the live tend to only get 1 view. And I think that 1 view is me late at night when I'm laying in bed checking to see what the stream looks like on my 50-inch flat screen and what kind of an idiot I look like. Now, some days I've noticed 3 views, 4 views. One day I actually got 9. But the highest for the month of January was 12 views. That's it. So basically, nightly, Grumpy appears to be talking to himself. Now, as I mentioned several times, I have been reaching out to content creators asking if I could be a guest to somewhat maybe prop up my subscribership, prop up my viewership. So far, nobody wants Grumpy on their stream. Now, the content creators that I've been contacting have been creators that are cranking well over 10,000 subscribers. I have gotten to the point where I've been asking even people that some of the content creators that I view on a regular basis would disapprove of. I might be frowned upon because it would be like streaming with the enemy. I know that I really don't have interesting content nightly. And that could be the reason nobody is responding to my request. Just because I don't have a shitload of interesting content nightly does not mean Grumpy cannot conduct an intelligent conversation on a variety of subjects. Daily, I watch content of all types. Auditors, they just make a fool out of themselves. I watch court videos. I watch police videos. I watch a wide variety. I feel that I could be well versed on many different subjects if I could get the chance to be on somebody's stream. I'm trying to up my subscribership. I don't like begging, putting up signs and all kinds of shit. You know, if you want to subscribe, fine. Even if you don't want to bother viewing me, fine. I really don't want to go like to the enemy because I may lose some of the online friendships that I've built up. But the online friendship people that I build up, you know, a rapport with, they don't want me either. I would rather go on a stream with friends, not begging the enemy for a spot on a stream. And certain people out there, if they happen to be watching, will understand where I'm coming from. There is a group that I watch every time they're on. I comment in the chat to let them know I'm here. I email them. I would rather be on a stream with people that I have built up a rapport with rather than people that they disapprove of. And if any of them are watching right now, they'll understand where I'm coming from. The people that I email on a regular basis and converse with will understand where I'm coming from. I would rather be on your stream than go to the unapproved streams. Now, put it this way. I was emailing a content creator, and we were about this far away from setting a firm date for me to come on a stream. That's kind of fallen by the wayside. And I explained to everybody when I emailed them, I'm trying to build up more subscribers. I'm trying to get my face out there. Because basically, if I was invited up on a stream, I feel 90% sure myself that whatever you're going to be discussing that night, I could intelligently join that conversation. Sometimes it's watching a video and commenting. Geez, anybody could do that. But I don't even get an invitation for that. And I've explained to everyone, if you would invite me up, we have to do a behind the scenes test run, because never being on a live stream, I don't know what I do on this end. Of course, I know plug in the microphone, get the camera going. But do we connect on YouTube? Do we connect on Facebook? How do I get on your stream? That's what I need. Now, I hear the term, click the link. Okay, I see links in the chat. Once I click that link, what do? I hear this backstage. Have no idea what backstage means. I have no idea what adjustments I have to do on this end once I click that link. I've explained. When I started 3 years ago, I was using a GoPro and uploading it to YouTube. Then after a while, YouTube said, oh, you need a streaming software. Oh. So I typed in on Gargle, streaming program for dummies. Literally. The first one that came up in the list was Prism. So I downloaded it. Here I am. But this is part, as I understand it. I don't know how to play a video while I'm chatting. I don't know how to bring a guest on. All this technology is too advanced. I need somebody to either be sitting next to me or explaining it to me in detail. Like, send me an email. You do this, you do this, you do this. And a lot of the content creators don't use Prism. A lot of them use this Restream. I'm not paying for a program when I have no income coming in. I think you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers before YouTube will even consider you for monetization. And I have looked at the Streamlab and StreamYard, and they're confusing as a goddamn Chinese dictionary. I can't figure them out. I'll admit, I'm a dummy. But if I would get some help from somebody, maybe I could get it all figured out. And then maybe I could put out a little more interesting content than me sitting here behind a microphone. Of course, Walter Cronkite did it for years. Although Walter Cronkite was doing, world news. Not stupid shit like Grumpy does. There is one streamer that I've started to build up somewhat of a rapport with that I would really like to be on his stream when he does a show. Although most of the content creators that I watch are veterans. I reached out to one. I said, "Gee, I would like to be on your stream." He told me, "Hey, you're not a veteran." Okay. I still watch him. I'm loyal. With some of the stuff that he does, I don't know why I need to be a veteran. But hey, his show, his rules. There's another content creator that I am a loyal follower of, who does not have a veteran for a sidekick. When I reach out, do I get the invite? No. There's another content creator that I have been really loyal. Every time she does a stream, I'm there, and I'm in the chat letting her know I'm there. I've reached out several times and said, "Hey, the people that you're reporting on, I've been following for a long time. I'm well versed on what goes on. Can I come up on your stream?" No. I guess, to put it in a nutshell, I'm too much of an asshole. That's what it boils down to, I think. Well, we don't want him. He'll be bad for business. I'm just trying to get some exposure. And the subjects that this group has been creating content about, I've been following right along for years. I could give them very intelligent conversation. Do I get an invite? No. Now, there's a couple of content creators, we'll say, on the other side of the wall that I've been reaching out to. These content creators are not in good graces with the content creators I'm reaching out to. And I know what's going to happen. If I get an opening with these content creators, I'm going to piss off this group and never have a chance to be on a stream. It would be like cutting my own throat. Because they would go, oh, you're with them too? Don't even bother fucking emailing us anymore. We don't want to hear from you. And I don't want to put that wall up like that. Grumpy's just kind of like reaching out for a chance to get some exposure. That's all. There's one that I recently started emailing who does basically a one-man gig like me, but he's a veteran. But his subject matter is very interesting to me. And I emailed him. I said, hey, I'm getting a lot out of what you're talking about. Can I come up on your stream? But so far, no answer. And if he happens to be watching right now, you know who you are. And I think it would be like a student and a mentor. Because some of the subject matter that you're doing, and I've emailed you and told you, I get a lot out of. It kind of opened my eyes to what went on in the past and made me kind of understand things. And I think we could get a good rapport going online. Of course, that's my opinion. I don't want to reach out to the enemy. I build up too much of a rapport on this side of the wall to go over to this side of the wall. But what it boils down to I'm a cheap whore. Whoever throws me the bone, that's where I go. And right now, I'm probably talking to myself. See, that's another thing. Broadcasting this way on Prism, I don't get to see how many people are viewing me right now. I don't know how they do that. They'll look down and they'll go, oh, look, I've got 55 people watching right now. I don't know how they do that. I'd like to know. Am I talking to myself? Is there somebody watching right now? I don't know how they do that. I need somebody to explain how while you're streaming, can you look and see how many people are listening? I don't know if they're running strictly on YouTube, although I know they're using a streaming program. So I don't know how they're doing it. Maybe for a couple of nights I'll just stream strictly on YouTube and not worry about running on two platforms, because right now I'm on YouTube and Faceplant. I think on YouTube there's a way of seeing how many people are watching your stream while you're streaming. You know, when I started 3 years ago, all that wasn't really that much important. I was having a good time. Matter of fact, I still am. And anybody that's watched many of my streams will know the backstory, which was back in the 70s, wanting to become a disc jockey. Working in the same building where one of the biggest radio stations was in Cleveland at the time. AM, Wixie 1260 on the dial. Yeah, Grumpy signed up for the Wixie School of Broadcast Technique and lost his ass because the school was not accredited by the FCC. And 3/4 the way into the program, the FCC shut the school down. And when they shut the school down, there went my dream of possibly being an on-air personality. Now, not everybody that goes through broadcast school becomes an on-air personality. Now, a lot of them end up working for radio and TV stations in the background. And today, with the internet, there's a multitude of job possibilities. Although, two of the guys that we were in school together, they had the money to go to the other broadcast school that was operating in Cleveland. Matter of fact, they still are. They're a different name. And they became on-air personalities, both of them disc jockeys. Neither one of them made it big. Very few do. You have to have a real gimmick. But there's still one of them. I stay in contact with one. The other one I kind of lost contact with. One of them is still on the air. Although, like he told me, they're all little dinky gumshoe stations. But he has been lucky enough to be constantly employed since the 70s. Although, like he said, he remained single because it's a tough life. Because you're bouncing all over the country. Because maybe the station that you're at gets somebody that they feel's a little better. So you're forced to move on. Or you find something a little better. He's been all over the place. From Vermont all the way to Washington State. And in between. Matter of fact, I still remember the story he told me. The one station that he was at, I can't remember if it was Texas or New Mexico. In order to get to the station, it was located basically in the middle of a cow pasture. He drove down this dirt road, and there was a cow pasture on either side of the road, and then there was like a giant circle where the radio station was. And he said for as long as he was at that station, he thinks the only listeners he had were cows. Now that's a podunk station. And it was a country western religious station. And if you know him, that had to be a real adjustment. Because first of all, he wasn't into country western, and he was far from religious. But he lasted a year at that gig, and then he moved on. I think from that station he went to a station in the middle of Nebraska. None of them were big. You know, they were all like local stations. But his dream was to be an on-air personality, and he succeeded. And like he said, hey, I've always been employed. Not, a big name, but he said, I was never to a point where I didn't know where my next dollar was coming from. Because he was lucky enough, of course, over the years, you kind of build up a portfolio, for your resume. And he was able to adjust to a variety of stations. Go from that country western to a hard rock, and then maybe from the hard rock to a heavy metal, and from a heavy metal to a station that played polkas. or a station that did music from the 30s or 40s. He was able to adjust. And most of the time, like he said, I was pulling the midnight to 6 a.m., He just did what he was told. He don't know how many people were listening at night. Like he said, the job in the cow pasture, he said he felt like putting a speaker out in each cow pasture so that they could listen to him. And then, I discovered YouTube. And the way I started was with a GoPro on a tripod, because I happened to start in the spring, and I sat in a lawn chair in my backyard. And then I would upload whatever I did that day to YouTube. And then the weather changed, Cleveland. If you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes, it'll change again. I moved inside. Nothing fancy. I had a camera, a microphone. I was in a spare bedroom. And I tried to do a daily stream. I'm not really much better than that, but I'm not using a GoPro. I'm doing it live. I have a multitude of back rooms that I bought. These backdrops. I didn't pay more than $5. I got them off of Temu.com. Yeah. I got them off of Temu. $5 a piece. And that's my different studios. I think I've got about 20 of them now. And everybody's seen them. Matter of fact, I've got one more coming. They get addictive. I start looking at backdrops, I'm like, oh, I like that. Although, I'm going to redo this room. I bought one of those professional backdrop holders that photographers use. It's basically 2 tripods with a rod across the top, and you clip these backgrounds to it. Well, once I get it set up, I can clip all 20. And then all I got to do is flip it over. And voila, I've got a different studio that fast. Now, they're not that hard for me to change now. I've got like 10 clips. And there's a room divider behind me because I've got the other studio on the other side of the room divider, which is all my original XLR equipment with my mixer and all that. Using a USB microphone has really made it so much easier. Although I do like using that, but I've still got a problem with the equipment over there. And all I do is unclip this backdrop, fold it up, unfold the other one, whatever I'm going to use, and clip it up. This was the last one that I bought, and I really liked it. I was like, oh, this is going to be Grumpy's home studio right here. Now, the one that I've got coming is just going to be for an occasional use. They're going to be a special name for that one. But this one is going to be my regular. I will switch it out and use, I got enough money wrapped up in. I got $100 worth of backdrops that I got to make use of. But this one, matter of fact, I came across it by accident on Temu. I just went in one day. I always look in the clearance section because Grumpy is, cheap. And this one was the first one in the list. And it was regularly, get this, $15.99 for $4.97. And I looked at it and I went, whoa, I like that one. And I bought it. And I'm, like here, I'm accenting it with some yellow lighting to make it look like the frickin' sun shining in. I have a variety of lighting. And the lighting that I have was basically when I was doing a lot of still photography. And it just happened that the stuff works out great for studio type lighting here. And I've got filter like this one. I got a yellow filter on it. Over here, I've got one with a blue filter. I've got different color filters. Above me, I've got a ring light. You can do a lot with lighting. It don't make me look any better, but you can do a lot with lighting. I do have to get a new office chair. This one has kind of seen better days. Everybody's telling me to get one of them gaming chairs. Those things ain't cheap. I'm waiting for them to go on sale because I've noticed almost everybody has a gaming chair. I guess they're way more comfortable. So I've been watching the different websites, waiting for one to go on sale. Because believe me, this one is shot. It was shot 10 years ago, but I'm still using it. So, if any of you are watching that I have been in email correspondence with, now you kind of get the idea why I'm kind of like begging for a shot. I don't have to be a regular. But I think on the variety of subjects that you operate on, I could be a very intelligent guest because I'm following the same people that you're talking about. And the one I have been following him, how the hell do I say it? He's doing a breakdown. He's doing a breakdown on PTSD. And I emailed him and I told him, even though it's not military related, I understand what went on now in my childhood and why I'm having the problems I'm having. I wish he was watching right now. I think him and I could be a good mentor-student situation on a stream. And then his buddies, I've been trying to get on their stream because they're not all veterans. Matter of fact, the one is far from being a veteran. And then the late night stream, and we know who that one is. I've been emailing her back and forth, kind of begging. Now, I've also been in contact with some content creators that are not in the good graces of the ones that I'm dealing with now. I really don't want to go that far. But Grumpy's a bit of a whore when it comes to trying to get some exposure out there. Although I could understand. I don't really do anything that noteworthy. But maybe with some mentoring, I could get a little better at it. And maybe with some mentoring, I'd learn how to, I would love to put up, like when I watch some of these police chase videos, I would love to put one up and do like a critique of it, run the stream and in the background go, hey, here comes the good part. Don't know how to do that. I watch everybody else do it. I don't know how to do that. I guess what I'm saying is I need a shitload of help. But even right now, if there's nobody watching, it don't bother me because I'm having a good time. YouTube and Faceplant are basically allowing me to live out my younger year dream of being a personality on air. Although I wasn't going so much for the TV end of it because I've got a face for radio. And here we go again. I think I'm freezing at points. Every time I think I get this thing worked out, something goes haywire. I know what it is. I need a brand new computer. That's what I need. The graphics cards in these older computers are not fast enough for these streaming programs. And I've tried putting better graphics cards but it still doesn't help. Because in order to put a better and a faster graphics card in, you need a faster processor. Can't change the processor. The only way you do that is you buy a new computer. Grumpy can't afford a new computer. Even a cheap, bottom of the line basic one. God, I looked at a used one the other day, a Recon. My buddy's got a computer shop. Sales, service, repairs. He's got a beautiful Recon. $600. I'm like, whoa. You gotta be kidding me. But it's only a year old. And it's what I need to run these goddamn streaming programs. Although he had one a couple of months ago. Oh my God. I would love to got my hands on it. It was an Alienware gaming computer. And this thing had a rocket for a graphics card in it. But he wanted $1,000 for it. Although it was a $3,000 computer. But oh, the specs that thing had, holy shit. It had a rocket for a processor and an even faster rocket for a graphics card. Of course, it was built for gaming. And you know, you can't lag when you're gaming. And Alienware makes one of the best gaming computers out there. Although Alienware gets their buck too. Holy shit. I looked at the prices on some of their computers. I was like, oh, yay. Just a game? And a lot of these gamers, that's all they do. They sit for 8, 10, 12 hours a day gaming. I don't know how the hell they pay for the computer if they're sitting on their ass gaming, but yeah. And of course, Alienware computers are one of the favorites of the gamers because they have got the latest, greatest super technology out there in their computers. Like I say, my buddy showed it to me, and it was like, holy shit. And since he no longer has his partner, who I was good friends with, he don't do payments anymore. I told him, I said, hey, if we could do a payment plan, I'll grab that son of a bitch. He was like, no, I don't do that anymore, strictly cash. I was like, oh, okay. You kind of forgot about that friendship we had all those years when I was hauling all your scrap computers out for you and breaking all that shit down, separating it, and cleaning up motherboards so that, you know, you could get the money for the motherboard and get the money for this and get the money for that. Kind of forgot that, didn't you? Although I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I knew as soon as my buddy got sick and could no longer work the business, his partner was going to just take over, get greedy. And he is. and he don't watch me so I can talk behind his back. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I could tell the way the conversation was going. Because when I would show up every day, as long as I was help making him money, I was like his good buddy. The last computer I bought, he couldn't wait to get me out of the goddamn shop. It was like, well, you got your computer. Wait, here, I'll carry it to your truck for you. I said, we had a little chat. I'm too busy. It's busy. You were sitting on your ass, doing nothing. You were too busy? Yeah, he was too busy. Too busy to talk to Grumpy. Kind of forgot when Grumpy was making him money hauling all that scrap and cleaning up the motherboards and doing all that. Yeah, as long as I was, going to the scrapyard and bringing the money back, I was his good buddy. Now, he looks at Grumpy like, hey, asshole, you got your computer, I'll carry it to your truck, get out of my store. Okay. And the only reason that I keep doing business with him is sometimes I can get some deals on used computers, like the one that I bought. Although I found out that he got me. Yeah. Because the graphics card that this computer was supposed to have never got installed. He didn't think I'd check. The first time I used it, I got the same goddamn warning that I'm getting now. Oh, you're freezing, you're dropping frames. Then I checked the graphics card. And of course, you buy it as is, where is, no warranty. And I called them up and I said, hey, what happened to that graphics card that you were going to put in my computer? Oh, did I agree to that? I don't remember that. Yeah, conveniently forgot. You got me. Although, you still got me. Because if I need another computer, I'll end up buying one from you. But you won't screw me twice. Because before I leave the shop with it, we're going to check all the specs. We're going to check all the components next time. Whether you're busy or not. Because you got me. Basically once that computer passed the door sill, done. I didn't check it. I trusted him. And then I got, I don't remember agreeing to that. I guess every time that I talk to him, I'm going to have to record the conversation so I can play it back and go, remember this? Here, I'll play it back for you. Yeah, the old, I don't remember that. Well, I remember it. I told you I wanted the fastest graphics card that computer could handle so I didn't get shit on my goddamn streams. Nothing makes you look like a real fucking amateur when you're talking and you're You're frozen. That's all right. What goes around comes around. I really wanted that Alienware computer, though. Oh, man. Ugh. But with the prices of shit nowadays, can't afford that. Even buying a brand new, bare bones, without any deluxe gimmicks, I can't afford one. Although with 55 subscribers, what the hell am I bitching about? And who knows how many people are watching right now? I could have 100 out there. I could have 1,000. I could have one. Don't bother me. I'm having a good old time. Yeah. When I looked at the statistics and all the stats and everything, I was like, gee. 5 days in a row, one viewer. That was after I posted the video. I don't know how many viewers I got right now. But after I posted the video, one viewer, one viewer, one viewer, one viewer. Oh, look, 4 viewers. Wow. And then the one day, 9. Oh, I had 9 views. I forget what the topic was that day, but I had 9 views. And then 3 days later, I hit the high point for the month. 12 views. I was like, holy yachafuck. But then the next day, 1. And the day after, 1. Yeah, I average 1 or 2 viewers a day after the video's posted. I don't know how many I've got live. I can't figure that out. But yeah, after I post them, 1 view, 2 views. Now, I've never gone a day with 0. Although I think some of them 1 views are me watching at night, laying in bed going, hey, Grumpy, you look like a bigger asshole on a 50-inch flat screen. So that could be the 1 view. But it don't bother me. Some people would be like, oh, I'm giving this shit up. Not me. I got too much fucking equipment. God, I probably got 20 different microphones. And I switch them out. Except the XLRs. I haven't been over on the other side. I got to fix that one of these days. I think it might be the mixer. I got to get the old mixer out and hook it up. That's the only thing I can figure. But see, that studio over there has got all the old license plates and gas station signs and all that. Where this one, I can change it. I could put a new backdrop up every day for 20 days. I got 20 of these things. And soon to have 21. Yeah, I could swap them out every day. I like this one. This one makes me feel like I'm in a real studio. You know, like the afternoon, daytime chat programs. Like, what the hell's her name? Shit. Oh, God, she's a recording artist. She does a daily program. Don't ever get old, people. But yeah, she has a couch, and although it's like, Good Morning America, or makes me feel like a down home chat, like a neighbor coming over. Come on, have a seat on the couch. Put your coffee on the coffee table. Let's have a little talk. I'll sit. I hate these cameras. I'll sit in this chair right here. You sit over here on the couch, and we'll chat. That's what it makes me feel like. It's only a backdrop, I know. Grumpy, grow up. Act your age. Why? So, if perchance any of you content creators that I follow and that I'm in your chat and I'm emailing you, give me a break. Put me on your stream. Let me come up and join you for a show. Even if I'm not a veteran. Doesn't mean I can't talk intelligently on some of the subjects that you follow, because I follow the same people. Mainly the one that is getting real interesting, because right now he's got an arrest warrant with extradition. All of a sudden, he's disappeared into thin air. Yeah, his bond was revoked. And he's got an extradition warrant right now. I've been following him for the longest time, like you, and you, and you. So I could come up on your stream, and we could both talk the same subject. I guess I'm not classy enough for your operations. I don't know. I'm getting to the point where I'm begging for exposure. More subscribers, maybe I could do a better program. I mean, seeing some of the people that you've had up as guests makes me wonder, like, gee, what am I doing wrong? This guy's more of an asshole than I am. And you've got him up on a regular basis, Just saying. Although, I think if I could pair up with the one content creator, he'd be a good mentor. And we could probably have some pretty interesting conversation. It's like a TV star or a music star. You just need that one break. Like an agent discovering you, like, whoa, this person could make me some money. I think I'll sign him to a contract. Like Elvis. He went from a guy, singing at country fairs for free to a multimillionaire owning about 50 different cars and 2 private jets. Unfortunately, he came to a sudden end. He was into some of those street pharmaceuticals. Although they were prescribed. But holy shit, the cocktail he was knocking down every day of pills. Jesus. That was a sad day when he passed. He had a hell of a voice. I still listen to his music today. I'm still hooked on him. Speaking of hooked, I think it's time to hook up with an outro music. Grumpy's got to figure out dinner. No. Aha. I caught it. Goddamn tablet always wants to play the intro. There we go. Our favorite outro. Well, my favorite outro. I don't know if it's yours. Well, we know where. Right here. WDWL TV. In Grumpy's studio. And today, I nailed it, 7 o'clock. That was a big accident. I looked at the clock and I went, whoa! I got 10 minutes to get ready. And I made it. So, whoever's out there listening, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and we will meet again right here tomorrow night.